I don't know if you can hear me better now. I think it may be you. I don't know because I think my headphone, let me see. I can try this, but I think that my thing is on. I don't know. I'm pretty sure let me check my microphone again. It says it's on. I don't know, honey. I can stop this again and see. We'll see if maybe it is me. I don't know. We'll see. I'll try it. I'll stop it, but I don't think it is because I made sure I allowed my microphone. Anyway, so I'm gonna take it out. So anyway, and so what I will say is, what I will say is this. I will say that working from home is, I think, essential for the working class woman. Um, I think it's important for us to have that option. I hate when women perpetrate the stereotype that if you're working from home, you're not getting any work done, or you're not as promotable, or you're not as valuable because you choose to work from home. Um, there's nothing you can't do at home that there's nothing you could do in an office that you can't do from home, depending on what kind of job you have, of course. Um, but um, there is nothing. Most of the time, there isn't, and a lot of times it's just people. It's about people's paranoia and what people feel is uh, necessary to have a productive workplace. Oh, if it's about a lack of trust. It's about feeling like if someone isn't babysitting you, then you can't get your work done. And nobody should have to play up in somebody's face in order for them to get the opportunity to be promoted. Nobody should have to, you shouldn't have to, and most of the time, like I said, you're playing up in the face of a patriarchal system that still may not promote you anyway, even though you are in the office 5 days a week. So you're really just taking the risk of um, sacrificing your personal life for a quote unquote said promotion. We also have to look at the fact that Emily Grede, keep having to remind myself of her name. Emily Grede is also has that pretty privilege, um, and she is a woman that looks, like she could be European. She's mixed, so there's that. She's mixed. She's got a pretty privilege. She comes from money. Um, so there's a lot of things that are going on that have shaped her viewpoint, and maybe caused her to be a little bit out of touch with the everyday American woman. Um, so I don't know. I feel as if um, people talk from their point of views, and that's her point of view because of the way um, she has the way her life was has been shaped. And a lot of times when you're privileged, you don't know you're privileged until you see what privilege does with what no privilege looks like, right? Until you come into proximity or you have the life experience that where your privilege doesn't matter, right? And you're treated just like everybody else. But if you come from privilege and everything has kind of been handed to you and made easy for you, it can be very easy to say these kinds of insensitive things. So, but I definitely don't think work from home should be something that should be um, because now what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to second guess themselves about working from home, or a lot of corporations, which they've already started to do now, especially after the pandemic, started to kind of, work people started returning to office because the pandemic wasn't as bad. They're going to start to see in ways in which they can take away that teleworking option because of people saying things like she says. So it's important that we understand the perspective and the lifestyle that she's that the reason the lifestyle that she comes from has colored her perspective, and so giving her grace about her ignorance basically. So being grace, giving someone grace, extending grace about someone's ignorance. But anyway, this was supposed to be a 15-minute spot, but there was some issue with the microphone and all this other stuff. And I don't know if my camera's working, my microphone should be working. Um, so I don't know what much I can do about that. I'm sorry for the person that came in that couldn't hear, but it seems as if my microphone is working. So anyway, um, that's that. That's it for today. Um, I hope everybody is well or becomes well, and I will see you soon. That's just our little 15-minute hot take. Bye.